So we're here to talk about this decision that we have made as a parish to enter into this school choice program. Sometimes I think I'm sitting here with our principal, Tim Fletcher, that people think that this is like a clinical trial of some drug, and that if it failed, then our parish is going to fail, which isn't really it at all. Tell us how it's different.
Sure. So the school choice in Indiana specifically has been around for a number of years, and many Catholic, I'd say really most Catholic schools participate in this program. And early on, the program was more limited, so there were less people that could. You had to actually qualify for to be in.
When you say qualify, that means you had to have a certain percentage of your income to the poverty level, correct?
Correct. So
Yeah.
there were income caps, and there was even early on different pathways. Like you had to go to a public school for a year, and then you could transfer over. And a lot of those things have really been eliminated just by developing the program. In Indiana, it's a very pro school choice state, and we're not the only one. It's around the country. And so as the iterations have happened over the years, we've kept an eye on it. It's one of the things that's a responsibility that we have as a principal is to keep an eye on the state level things in education. And so really what's happened is this new school choice iteration that really has eliminated all of these pathways, these income caps, and they really just call it universal choice now, so that all families now qualify if you are a resident in the state and you go to a non-public school that's accredited, which we are. So the requirements to participate we've been actually doing for a number of years. And so we thought now's the time for us to really pray and discern and to go through a prudent process in order to determine if it's worth joining other Catholic schools around our state to participate.
Our decision to start school choice was grounded in a lot of a conversation with our parish leadership team, the school council, the parish council, the finance council. We had several meetings, open meetings for parents to come, for parishioners to come to ask questions, to kind of pull it apart to see what it actually means for us. Also, I think it's important to remember that each state that participates, and there are more and more states participating for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the efficiency, the financial responsibility of Catholic schools, that it's much more inexpensive to educate a child in a Catholic school than it is a public school. So all those reasons come together, but they're different. Each choice scholarship in different states is different. And so we had to study our own state's decision, our policies, what it was going to require of us, what the risks were going to be, etc. And then one night, it was in this school science room, the school council, the parish council, and the finance council all came together. We asked all kinds of questions. We pounded it out and made the decision to move forward with school choice.
Our Catholic identity is central to everything that we do here at the parish, including the school. Even in our mission statement, the first line is about creating a Christ-centered community. Jesus is at the forefront of everything that we do, and we absolutely will not do things that will go away from that. And the state has written...
And you're committed to that, but I'm committed to that. We are all committed to that, yeah. Or we will step away from the program. It's as simple as that. We will preserve our robust Catholic identity here at Our Lady Mount Carmel School.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you start looking at legalities of things, there's even things written into the legislation that protect religious freedom, religious education, and wording that even says that the government isn't going to make decisions about what you can and can't teach, putting a crucifix on the wall. Those are some of the kind of old rumors that were around governmental interference in Catholic education, but very grateful in Indiana and in other states, it's written in that they cannot do that.
Right.
And like you mentioned, Father, if things started to go differently because of different leadership or not, then we're going to have the conviction to make sure that we don't lose those things.
And most in particular, we are making, it was a mandate from the school finance and parish councils that we formulate a plan, even a financial plan that would ensure the solvency of the school if we had to switch back away from school choice.
it really comes down to just a couple simple points. You do have to charge tuition in order to participate in the program. And we have traditionally not done that as a stewardship school parish, since the school began. But we're really looking at it a little differently than just saying, well, now we have tuition and everybody owes us a lot of money. That's not really how the program works. Studying other Catholic schools similar to ours around the state, we really felt like that switch is a change, but it's not something that's going to disrupt our Catholic culture, our idea of stewardship. We all have been taught stewardship growing up, what that means. So charging a tuition sounds different and maybe more difficult, but we are going to put forth a tuition structure that is not going to make it unaffordable to go to Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And in some ways, the models we're looking at will be about what it costs a parent today. We have a book bill that we charge every year, which covers some of those expenses. That ranges per grade level because different grade levels have different books and rental fees. And so we're going to just kind of be able to create a situation where it's very easily predictable from year to year. And it will, we've made the commitment that we're not going to create a tuition that's more expensive than our traditional book bill.
Yeah.
So people can plan far ahead, like we all like to do, and know that every year they're not going to have a higher book bill, or a higher tuition, because we're going to set it up for success for the short term and the long term.
We will be receiving funds from the state to run our school, but it will not cover the cost, nor is that the philosophy we go into stewardship with. We give of our time, talent, and treasure that supports not only our school, but the over 100 different ministries at our parish family. If we lose that sense of stewardship, of giving of our time, talent, and treasure, and see this as some sort of decision to move towards some sort of bloated government policy, then we all lose, because stewardship is not only good for our parish and school, but it's good for us. It's good for me to be a good steward.
So the next step is really just to kind of put the final dotting the I's, crossing the T's on our tuition structure, how it will look like when we start our back to school kind of time in registration and enrollment to go through there. And part of our commitment to make sure we're doing this the right way is to really analyze what other Catholic schools are doing, not just in the short term, but in the long term. So we're going to visit a few schools. Our Director of Operations, Jody, will be with me, and then we'll come back and we'll just finalize those things. We've put together an initial understanding. We didn't go into this blindly, but we just want to make sure that we're being very prudent and very careful so that when we move into this transition, that we're doing it the right way, because I know we're doing it for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm. So in short, you just need to know, as parishioners of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish, this has been a very thorough decision, and we are on it for the good of our school. And what do we need from you as parishioners? Just to continue to see yourselves as good stewards, giving of your time, talent, and treasure to our parish community and to our school community. And as Julian of Norwich often said, all will be well. So God bless you, and God bless Our Lady of Mount Carmel School.